Well, hello and welcome back. The idea that we're exploring today is the domain of the ego. What is that? What does that involve? And it's very, very interesting as we study this material. We're in chapter 3 of the text. Now, chapter 3 is known as the innocent perception. We've moved on now to section 4, which is called error and the ego. So we'll look at what the ego is, in fact, a little bit today, and how it functions in the coming videos and what happens to us as a result of ego identification. Remember, this entire part of the text is looking at innocent perception, and it's looking at clarifying perception. We've spent some time on the difference between perception and knowledge. And right off the bat here, we're reminded that the abilities that we possess here in the world are just a shadow. They're just a small percentage, a fragment of our real power. And I think that we all know that, but it's sobering, at least it can be, to read this and realize, oh yeah, everything that I appear to be good at here in the world is just a fragment of real power, our real power. We're told in many different arenas, including in scientific disciplines, when people think about our capacity to do things, when people think about the mind and contemplate the mind, we're told commonly that we only use a very small percentage. And that makes sense, doesn't it? And we appear sometimes to be capable of great things, of very beautiful things. And then we also are capable of tremendous ugliness, often at the same time, one right after another in rapid succession. So that life can feel like a yo-yo of highs and lows, and our experience is both a blessing and a scourge, depending on what we're fixated on right now. It's a lot of up and down. So, yes, we are only even aware of a small fragment of our own power. Yet to know that we have this is exhilarating. It is. That's what we're uncovering. We're not in a process of making it. It's who we are, and we're removing the barriers to that. That's what's exciting. And of course, this power is not power over someone else or a group of people. So it's not temporal power. It's not being the boss of somebody. It's not supervising anybody, and it's not political power. It's not royal authority. It's not the divine right of kings or queens. It's none of that. It's none of that. Which I hope you find exciting. So the separation never occurred. First of all, that's the idea behind accepting atonement for yourself, is it's the acceptance that the separation never occurred. Yet as it appeared to occur, we appear to be separate from God. We appear to be separate from each other. And if you're just joining us and you're new to A Course in Miracles, when the Course refers to the separation, it's the perceived, the apparent separation between God and ourselves. When we appear to break off and be separate, it's the idea of separation which never occurred at all. Yet here we are having lots of separation experiences. And this is when perception arose. It is with this supposed separation, and with it comes the idea of levels, of degrees, and aspects, and gradations, and hierarchies, too. They're all separation ideas. In truth, one of us can't be more than someone else, because there is no one else. There's only oneness. So there is no other. There is no temporal authority. There is no king, no queen, no elected leader, no president, no prime minister. There's nothing like that. Here in the world, we've made all of those distinctions, and this is where it stems from the thought in the first place that we're separate. That's where all of the levels come from. And sure enough, that's where conflict comes from. With knowledge, there's no conflict. There's only oneness. There's nothing to conflict with. The term conflict is absolutely meaningless in truth. It's absolutely and utterly and completely meaningless. And post-separation, we're instructed here that consciousness was the very first split in the mind that appeared to arise. Consciousness. We're also told that it is the domain of the ego. Consciousness is the domain of the ego. We're not always told that, are we? But here in paragraph 2, we're told exactly that. And why is this relevant? Well, this is a thought system. A Course in Miracles belongs to spiritual practices, thought systems that are non-dualistic. In fact, A Course in Miracles is purely non-dualistic. Only God is. Now, a non-dual form of spirituality is one that insists that there is only oneness, that we're not two, that our brother is not separate from us, that there is no subject and object, which is duality. In order to perceive, perception involves duality, because perception involves a subject and an object. For example, you're watching YouTube right now, and there appears to be a perceiver, that's you, the one watching, hopefully till the end, and there is an object or a thing or a person that is perceived. That'd be the image on your screen. And the words that are coming out of your device, which I appear to be recording on the microphone that's just to the edge of the camera right here. There's a subject and an object. That's the domain of perception, and it is the domain of the ego. Why? Because it involves another, self and other. It's a separation idea. So we see a lot of people and a lot of thought, a lot of talk about consciousness. And when people are referred to as conscious in the world, that's often a good thing, isn't it? People talk about ideas such as conscious leadership and conscious spirituality, conscious men, conscious women, conscious sex. So all of it is in the realm of duality. Is that bad? No, No, it's not bad. It's just the way we have set it up. It's where we find ourselves, apparently find ourselves, is in the realm of consciousness. So it's not bad. What we're looking at here is we're about perceiving truly with this course. This is what this is about. We're learning to perceive truly, to clean the slate, so to speak, for knowledge. If you want to look at this as preparation, sure, it is that. Learning to perceive truly is a prerequisite. It's the prerequisite for knowledge. So what is the ego? Well, it's a wrong-minded attempt to perceive yourself as you want to be rather than as you are. Very important idea. We've talked about it before. We'll talk about it again. Right? The ego is an idea. It's a wrong-minded idea to perceive yourself as you would like to be rather than as you are. It's important to delve into this a little bit here. And how do we learn it? Well, we learn everything in spirituality experientially through our forgiveness. Yes. And what we do here in the world is we want to be someone else, don't we? We're always striving for something. Think of the business world or economics, finances, could be relationships, could be your physical health, right? We're always going someplace, or if we're not, we beat ourselves up for not going someplace because all of our societies say strive, 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 more, 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 better, 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 bigger, faster, higher, stronger, better, more, 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 more. Every time we pick up our cell phone, we're bombarded with advertisements. Every time we turn on the television, same thing. Listen to the radio, same thing. There's a message that we should be something other than we are. That's just where we appear to find ourselves. Neither good nor bad. People that advertise, of course, they're not evil. You're not evil. Nobody's evil. There's no evil. There's just a mistake. That's what the ego is a mistake. It's a simple mistake. And it's just a wrong-minded attempt to be someone else, pretty much. So who are you? If you're asking that question, good. Yeah. Ask that question. Who am I? Do that. Oh, yes. I think you know. I think you know. One with God means one with God. Does it not? Son of God doesn't imply a difference, a separation at all. Love extends itself. Love extends itself. One with means one with. And the ego wants to be something else. It's just a mistaken idea that we're something else, that we're different from God, that we're different from our source, and we've left it, but we can't leave it. Again, I refer to the very well-known idea from this course. Ideas leave not their source. That is one that is always worth coming back to and repeating if you feel that you need to repeat it again and again and again. Ideas leave not their source. This is a course in mind training, and it is purely non-dualistic. There is no division. There is no ego. It's just a mistake. There's no separation of any kind. There never has been. It never occurred. So yes, this is a dream. Feels solid, doesn't it? Yet, the more you are able to bring your awareness back to the fact that this is a dream. This is a dream. The better. In fact, when we practice true forgiveness, as we're taught here with A Course in Miracles, we're doing just that. It involves a recognition that this is a dream, and we're the dreamer. We're not the dream itself. We're not the images on the screen. We're not the illusion. We've made this. And coming back to, and closing, circling back to the idea from a few minutes ago, we're only vaguely aware of our real, true power. So, having made all of this complexity, we have the power to unmake it. We have the power to undo the ego. We have the power to know who we really are. What do we need to do? We need to perceive truly first. Because we can only know ourselves as we are. All right. So thank you, as always, for joining me. The subscription button is right here. That's the red arrow down there at the corner of your screen. I'd love to have you, as well as any comments or questions. And I'm going to leave the link to my Patreon page here in the description of this video. Beginning February 11th, I'm going to start a live stream. It'll be a weekly live stream over there that will enable us to go a little bit deeper. Now, these videos are going to continue because consistency is most definitely important. So I will continue to offer these videos on YouTube, but this is an opportunity once a week to have some live Q&A with me, and we'll be able to spend more time. These will be up to an hour, I'm envisioning, with opportunity again for questions and an opportunity to go deeper into the metaphysics and our experience, our practical experience with this material. So it should be fun. Details will be down here, and I'd love to have you again join me here on YouTube. Thank you for your practice and your dedication and commitment to that, and I will see you again very soon.